Seems how I start every video with a. I don't know. I don't know why. It just seems ugly. I'm trying to get a lot off my chest. I know. Look, when people are jealous of you, they create such stories about you. Not true stories, but false stories with a hint of truth in it, so you'll believe it. But it's way negative. The one that talks the worst about you and can't get you out of their mouth, they're the ones who love you the most. And it's the ironicness of it. They can't handle loving you, so that's why they do what they do. They want everybody to hate you, so it makes it all right for them to hate you when they love you. How can I love them when everybody hates them? I must be crazy. That's what's going on. And they've been talking bad about me forever. I'm a child molester. I don't want to get into. I know child molester is one of them because I heard it come back to me. People have called me child molesters to my face. I'm like, yeah, 56-year-old man in a pink dress. That's the real picture of a child molester. That's like anti-child molester, if anything. You're going to give your children. Go pick up my kid from school in a dress, in a pink dress. I don't think so. It's the coach, it's the cop, it's the priest, it's the guy you trust, the grandpa that you love. He's the one fucking your kids, and you don't even know it. So, or it's really grandpa, or the uncle. Somebody you trust is doing it, and they're doing it under your nose. When you're not there, it's being done. And they know how to groom them, the kids, not to say anything. They threaten mom's life. They threaten the family, people they love. If they say anything, they do crazy things. And nowadays what they do, they drug the kids. So they're passed out when they're screwing them. And they don't even know they're getting screwed. And they wake up and they think they're in bed, and maybe they're like, how'd I get here? But they don't think they were screwed. They don't have the brain capacity to think that they were screwed. Maybe their ass hurts them a little bit or something, but they don't know why. So that's what's going on. And this is insidious. A lot of people are child molesters. A lot of people are child molesters, girl and men. And the aliens are a big part in that. Big part in that. Because that's how they made their money. Look, if I bring you to my establishment and I let you rape a child, and I charge you $1,000 for that session with the child, maybe it's not even a child, maybe it's, like I said, a 23-year-old girl that looks 16. They put her in pigtails, and they put her in a Catholic schoolgirl outfit, and you think you got a 16-year-old. And the camera thinks you got a 16-year-old. So therein lies your problem. So they get you in there, they get $1,000 from you to screw the kid. And it's not easy to find a kid to screw. Especially if you're married. You can't bring them home and screw them and send them on their way, or kill them in the basement. So these establishments establish themselves in places where they know they can get the men, and they know how to get the men because the mob's connected to the men. The men gamble with the mob, and then play with the drugs. They know where to look for you. And the point is, they get $1,000 from you for screwing the kid, and then they take a picture, and they get your house, and they get your car, and they get everything, just so you don't go to jail. And it's insidious. Now, I don't feel sorry for the guy who got the picture taken, because he's screwing a kid, and he's not getting away because he got blackmailed. That's his problem. And that's why the blackmailer got the house. See, he double shut me down. That's why the blackmailer got the house. Because he knows nobody gives a shit about him. And he don't want to go to jail as a child molester. Nobody does. They want to end like Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, so, look, you know, Franklin Square is insidious with this crap. It's insidious. I think every doctor's office, because doctor's office have a little bed in there, right? You know, and they'll pay the doctor a little bit to rent the room and have their girl and their guy go in there and fuck for a little while, come out and act like they just saw the doctor. You know, nobody questions people going into a doctor's office. You know, they did it in Sopranos. They used the doctor's office to have their little meetings and stuff, and so the FBI couldn't video or record them or something, or they thought so. They thought they couldn't record them. Yeah, it's not far-fetched. You know, and there's a lot of doctor's offices in Franklin Square that have beds in them. And, you know, it doesn't have to be your traditional bed. I mean, the bed in the doctor's office is not traditional, but it's enough to fuck on. You know, they can bend them over on it and have their way with them. And, so, you know, when you pay to have sex, it's a wham bam thank you, man. You're not laying around talking about coffee. So, you know, that's what's going on. And I would bet that dermatologist's office on Franklin Avenue, they got beds in there. So, and I'm not saying the doctors are willing participants. This is a mob. You know, the mob is threatening those doctors that if they don't do this, they'll be killed. So I don't blame the doctors if you think that's what I'm doing. I'm not. I blame the mob, and that's all I blame. And they're going down.